With the deer moving around awful way, and the little birds, it's their time of year. Welcome, friends. Welcome to the foothills of the Smokies. Another chapter of As the Ridge Turns. Now, it's a dreary day here. Hope y'all doing well. I'm doing so much better. But it's a dreary day here. Raining. And I hope y'all got to see this eclipse. Here in the mountains, it was just a dreary, rainy day. Overcast. It got a little darker, but not much darker. So I hope y'all got to see it out there in West Tennessee and across the nation up through the Mississippi Valley up through there. But anyway, I've got something else I want to share with you. I noticed last week in my videos, I thought it was old Yaller in the videos, but it's a different cat. Here's a picture. Now, this is old Yaller here on the right, and on the left, it looks like old Yaller, but it's not. It's a new cat. But anyway, I'll pay attention to that. The only way you can really tell is see their eyes. Old Yeller ain't got but one eye, and the new one's got two eyes. So I have to pay attention to that. But anyway, hope y'all doing well. Here at the pond, we need a little more rain. It's doing okay. So won't you relax, get your favorite drink and sit down, and let's see what the little friends has been to on the ridge. So let's get at it. Well, we've had some nice days here too, and the deer seem to enjoy it. Just so relaxing on these warm spring days. And they move around awful good, this little herd of doe. I hope we have some good fawns this year. It's about 6 weeks away from fawn season, and they're just buying their time. And there's a coon out during the day. They're still out, doing their thing. Now here looks like old Yaller, but I can't be sure. They look so much alike. Yaller seems to be darker, but unless you look at their faces, you can't really tell. But I did catch a good old picture of Socks here moving through. I'm glad he's doing good. Just moseying through. And the deer seem to be molting. They're getting rid of their winter coat, slowly but surely. And like I said, I hope we have some good fawns this year, about 6 weeks away. They seem awful nervous, watching out for these coyotes, and I don't blame them. And the little birds, it's their time of year. Here's a beautiful Carolina wren. Beautiful little bird. Beautiful singing too. And all the other little birds seem to be doing good. Their time of year, and they love it. Just a singing away all day long in these ridges. A little cardinal, a beautiful sounding cardinal. They got so many different sounds. They're so beautiful. And there's little Ricky. He has to say hi here at the log. And the deer at the tree, they just mosey and browse all day long, looking for these sprouts. And the little squirrels, they mosey all day long. And up at the rock, even the little birds love it up here. There's a cardinal and some more little birds. They seem to have a good time. But now I didn't film old Dirty Dan at all this week. That is so strange. But there's old Ricky. He loves his perch. He's always here every week. Always here. The old Dirty Dan, I think they're all in their den this time of year. The deer, they have to come through moseying for these little sprouts here at the motel. They like to pick and nibble on them. But like I said, old Dirty Dan, I think they're all nesting, having their young. So didn't see him at all this week, nowhere. And down at the pond, no turkeys at all down here, just squirrels fooling around. Even a little old ground squirrel. Ain't it pretty? But the turkey are on the nest. That's why they're not moving around. But I know they're here. They just ain't moving around. And here's a buck at the pond. How do I know it's a buck? Well, they've lost their antlers. You can see right here, they've lost their antlers and they're starting to grow back. But all the little deer, dot fawns and little yearlings is moving around here, but no turkey. No squirrels enjoying it. It comes dark. The old coons coming off these den trees. They're on the move. They got places to be. Gotta gang up with the friends. And there's old business end of a skunk. Looks like old Spike. Moving through. They're still around. But they're not really heavy either. They're in their dens too. These must be the males out moving around. Not long till the young. And there's a possum moving around. Can't tell if that's Willie or not. And the coons, they just on the prowl. For bugs, hatchlings, whatever. They're scrounging. They love to come by this old tree at the Scent Rock here. And move on through. And old coyote, they notice they been here too. They have to watch out for these old coyotes. 'Cause they're out there, night after night and day. They're on the hunt, and they ain't picky on what they get either. And there's a pair of Mr. and Mrs. Rocky moving up by the tree, going to the Rock Motel. Turn the porch lights on. The old coons, they're nervous. They know something's out there, either a fox or a bobcat. Look at them, moving on. What scared him off? Right here. Big old coyote. They try to avoid him if they can. But when it all settles down, Coons is back on making her rounds. And that looks like old Willie here at the Rock Motel. They're still here. A lot of them's getting ready to have young, so they're not moving that much, the little animals. But they're here. And there's old Chubby. He's coming in. They live here too. But they all seem to get along. And up on the ridge, there's the deer moseying through night. And there's an old possum. Looks like Willie, just moving through. Ain't seen Sidewinder, not this week. And there's No Tail. He's moving across the ridge too. And the rest of his buddies. The whole family's on the move. And there's No Tail down at the pond. They love this pond. And there he is coming back, so they just moseying around, looking for dinner. And the whole gang just moves around. Even an opossum here. He's down here checking his pond out too. Comes dawn, the old coons are still out fooling around up on the ridge, heading back towards the dens, I'd say. And the deer, they just browse night or day. They love these samplings. All these little sprouts in the woods, they love to nibble on. And they just browse all day long, wherever they happen to mosey to. But it's time for the little squirrels. They have a good time every day. But they have to watch out for all these little predators, these hawks especially during the day. But they have a good time. Always proud, always searching. There's a nut somewhere, and they're going to find it. But sooner or later, they'll find something. Well, that's just what stepped in front of the cameras this week. I hope you enjoy these little videos. They're so relaxing to me. Share these with your friends, whoever loves wildlife. So I want to thank you for watching. God bless, and I'll see you next time.